The Dan Bongino show shares who they believe Donald Trump is going to pick for his vice president. President Biden has ordered the U.S. military to attack Yemen's Houthis to stop the blockage of cargo ships under attack in the Red Sea. Representative Clay Higgins, through his research and others, says they believe there were upwards of 200 FBI assets in the crowd involved in the January 6th Capitol riot. I got a great show for you tonight. Thank you so much for being here, and give this video a like, and thank you so much. Representative Clay Higgins of Louisiana said in an interview with Tucker Carlson that it is believed there were upwards of 200 FBI assets in the January 6th Capitol riot crowd. These men and women would have been dressed as Trump supporters to either monitor the situation or instigate the situation they were after. Now, I'll let you decide what the FBI was doing there, but according to his research and his team's research and the ghost buses that they have on camera bringing in dozens and dozens of people at around 6 in the morning, he's saying there was likely 200 FBI agents in the crowd. Now, we know the FBI put out an internal office memo saying, there were so many of you in the crowd that we've lost count. Please self-identify and let us know. So it's not looking good. This is starting more and more to look like an FBI instigated coup attempt against Donald Trump, not against the federal government. So if there was any kind of insurrection, it looks like the FBI might be the ones behind it. Billionaire Bill Ackman has announced he can no longer be associated with the Democrat Party. He said their obsessive push for DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace, is ruining the country by choosing skin color over skills, talent, and expertise. He said this is a form of racism and that he can no longer tolerate it. Now, early this morning, President Joe Biden ordered multiple strikes on the Houthi targets in Yemen in an effort to stop attacks on commercial vessels in the Red Sea. Now, President Biden stated, today, at my direction, U.S. military forces, together with the United Kingdom and with support from Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands, successfully conducted strikes against a number of targets in Yemen used by the Houthi rebels to endanger freedom of the navigation and one of the world's most vital waterways. So basically, this is being headed up by the U.S. military and the UK military with additional support from some of our allies. Now, according to U.S. Air Force Lieutenant General Alex Gerzenchwich, 60 targets were hit by over 100 guided missiles at 16 different Houthi locations. The targets included infrastructure that enabled the assault in the Red Sea, including command nodes, production facilities, munitions, and air defense radar systems. Furthermore, President Biden warned that he will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and the free flow of international commerce as necessary. Now, the Houthis, whose slogan contains the words, "Death to America," responded by stating America and its complicit allies must be ready to embrace a heavy price and bear all the deleterious consequences of this open aggression. Houthi leader Brigadier General Abdullah bin Amer also committed to targeting American bases within the region and will continue operations in the Red Sea. Now, if the Houthis actually attack, it's going to get really, really ugly because the United Kingdom is ready to rock and roll, and so is the U.S. military. Now, none of us like hearing that the U.S. military has had to make strike attacks against anybody, but part of being the U.S. dollar and the world reserve currency is that the United States military will defend or attack anyone that seeks to block the flow of commerce around the globe. If you're the world reserve currency, you have to defend the right for people to make money using your money. Now, unfortunately, it seems some of these threats from Yemen are genuine. It has been reported that the U.S. base at Syria's Conoco airfield is under attack. While we have is unconfirmed reports at the moment, the current word is that the strikes did in fact hit the United States outposts, causing U.S. Air Force to step in order to give air support. Now, if I had to guess, more bases will come under attack, and I'll continue to monitor this and let you know what's going on. But how bad were the attacks in the Red Sea for the U.S. military to get involved? According to Breitbart News, traffic in the Red Sea dropped by 90% from January to January, which made shipping prices double, leading to inflation all around the globe. Now, ultimately, the danger forced commercial boats to take different routes, which were adding multiple weeks to their journey. In essence, the Houthis have caused inflation to skyrocket across the globe by causing the price of shipping to go through the roof. Now, the Houthis also erroneously attacked a Russian oil tanker. And now Russia is angry because their assets have been attacked by this rebel group. I will let you know if Russia decides to retaliate and attack Yemen as well. Now, according to United Kingdom Navy Admiral Chris Perry, the United Kingdom's Navy is prepared to hit Yemen with 600 missiles should they decide to attack the United Kingdom. So there's a lot of ships heading in this direction. They are fully loaded with machine guns and missiles, and things could get really, really ugly. Now, in fairness, another part of this story that the mainstream media is leaving out is that the Houthis are actually trying to stop Israel from killing innocent civilians in Gaza. So even though they openly hate America, a large part of their current mission is actually to hurt Israel for attacking the Palestinian people in Gaza. So the revenge may not be in Israel, but it's around Israel in the Red Sea. Okay, back in the United States, more information on Fulton County DA Fani Willis and prosecutor Nathan Wade is coming out. According to news reports, Wade filed for divorce from his wife of 20 years 1 day after being hired by Fani Willis. There is allegations that they were having a sexual affair. In addition, his ex-wife stated that he did not disclose that he had made $700,000 working for Fani Willis in his divorce documents, and claimed that Mr. Wade, Nathan Wade, continued to draw money off of her bank account, despite the fact that he had become very rich. Now, can you believe this? This man's cheating on his wife, getting rich, lying, covering it up, meeting at the White House, getting permission to go after Donald Trump, and all of this is under the guise of propping up Fani Willis. It's unbelievable. All right, now in response, House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan just launched an investigation into Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. According to court filings, Jordan will investigate if Wade made his small fortune legally, and also why he spent it on lavish vacations on his boss. That is not normal, right? Now, Jordan also asserted that there's a possibility that Wade was paid with federal grant money from the Department of Justice. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but you can't use federal money for state lawsuits. And so if Biden's Department of Justice gave him this money to litigate against Donald Trump on a state level, the Biden Department of Justice could also be in big trouble, and that is going to be investigated as well. Either way, it looks very suspicious if Wade used funds from President Biden's Department of Justice to go after a political opponent. It's even more suspicious that he held under-the-radar meetings twice with the White House and the White House legal counsel just before indicting Donald Trump and 17 other people. Okay, now over on the Dan Bongino show, Dan Bongino and his team have put up several articles that show that Donald Trump might be looking at South Carolina House Representative Nancy Mace as vice president pick. Now, remember, I told you about her yesterday. She was going after Hunter Biden heavily And then it broke out in a huge fight, name-calling, screaming, pounding of the gavel. It was pretty awesome, actually. Now, during an interview with Charlemagne the God, he asked Miss Mace if she would take the job if Donald Trump offered it to her. She said, it's definitely intriguing. She said it's a conversation she'd like to have because she wants to show her little girls that a woman can become president. She then said, it's time Republicans put forward a woman for president. Now, I've got a fact checker on that. Republicans have put forward women to be president and vice president, with the most popular one being Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, with John McCain out of Arizona. But they were beat by Barack Obama. And so, but anyway, a woman has been put forward. Now, after Trump left office in 2021, there was very bad blood between her and Donald Trump. However, their rift seems to be less divided now that more information and truth has come out about January 6th. She was super mad at Donald Trump over that, but as she's learned more, she's realizing we haven't been told the full truth, and maybe all of this doesn't fall on Donald Trump's shoulders. Now, let me know in the comments down below, would Representative Nancy Mace be a good vice president to Donald Trump or to somebody else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This much we do know. Maybe Dan Bongino doesn't know 100%, but also on the Dan Bongino show and over on Fox News, it was reported that Donald Trump has said he knows the person whom he wants to pick. So there is one person, male or female, I'm not sure, but they already know who it is. Now, on the same topic, Senator Rand Paul said he will never vote for Nikki Haley, knowing all that he knows about her. Not for president, and certainly not for vice president. So he's coming out against Nikki Haley as well. Republican House Majority Leader Steve Scalise has alerted the public that a vote to hold Hunter Biden in contempt will happen next week. However, Hunter Biden and his team of lawyers are trying to block this from happening by saying he's now willing to come in, but you need to issue another subpoena because the first one wasn't exactly legal because you weren't impeaching his father at the time. But now that you are, he's willing to comply. And so don't be surprised if I'm reporting that he's been subpoenaed once again. Yesterday, Hunter Biden also filed not guilty in his federal tax charge case, where the federal government and the IRS both say that he cheated the government $1.4 million. He has pled not guilty and said that there's erroneous information that the Biden family is full of criminals, and he wants to prove that they are not. Now, before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being in the community. Give this video a like. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1.5 million people, and I want you right there. Hit that subscribe button. Hey, thanks so much. Okay, now, if you want an update on the Supreme Court situation with Donald Trump and the Colorado ballot removal situation, I've got a big update right here, so go check that out. Thanks so much, and I will see you on the next video.